Uh, Hello guys, Luke Hodge here, and today, well, as you know the title, iOS 10. Now, this is when crap happens, because now Apple, with the new iOS 10, we're going to be saying goodbye to updates with these models. That is not helping. The devices are going to be compatible. Well, I'll tell you the ones that not, because I can tell what's there and what isn't. Well, here we go. Devices that won't be supporting iOS 9, no, 9, 10, when it comes out, because they've already got the compatible list available. That may change, but they often get it right first of all what they'll be compatible with, and even if it will work with that, they often have a limited scope. But as a lot of people know, when I had this iPod, it stopped being updating. The software it's on is iOS 6 point something, and that's the latest that got until that update. So I bought this, but now 2016 iOS 10 will only be iOS 10 will not be compatible with the iPod 5 anymore, or the iPad Mini first generation, or the iPhone 5S. No, not 5S. 4S. 4S and 4. But the 4 has been out for quite a while. But the 4S though was still getting iOS 9 updates. But that's out. But for some reason, no, it hasn't got the iPhone SE on it. But most of them know. I had a look at others from the main person. They said this is on here, but the example I've got for some reason doesn't have it here. But Apple UK hasn't put it on their website yet for compatibility, but it hasn't got the SE on there. But yeah, but I know it does because I saw it there. Otherwise, I'd be complaining about Apple with their new released budget phone, say when it just won't be updated anymore. So I'd want to get my money back for that. But yeah, that's that. So yeah, if you have an iPhone 4S or an iPod Touch 5th generation, or an iPad Mini 1st generation, well, you're going to have a problem because the latest update, iOS 10 won't be supporting your device anymore. But I do have some good news for you though, that will stop you from getting to the point. Now, a limited time, you never know, this thing might be still updated, but the iPod though looks very dead, and so the 4S and stuff. But you'll hope a chance of still getting updates, and you want to do this now or at some point for limited timing, because this looks like this, and even the Americans ones that get the beta release, it still doesn't come with the iPod 5 or the 4S. But the beta update, you might get lucky. If you have in this point, now this is the best chance you're going to do, because it might be limited until your device won't get updated anymore. But if you want to carry on getting updates for your iPod 5, your iPhone 4S, or even your 4, even when it has been updated for, this is a way of getting it running the latest software, is apple.beta or something like that. I'll put a link down in the description. Click on that. It will work with your iPod, it will work with your iPhone 4 or 4S or iPod 5, and it will put you in developers mode, and you'll be running the latest iOS 9, and hopefully there you'll be already transferred to iOS 10. Now bear in mind, when you put it into beta mode, that's developers mode, but you are getting the latest update, and that means when no one will be else getting updated, and you'll be still getting updated. But this is a limited time, because when iOS 10 comes out pre-release, that will stop, and when they'll release out, you might not be able to get updated anymore on the beta team. But see if your device is available to be updated from the data pane. All you need to do, for the link I give you, you log in using your account, using your Apple ID, enter your email and your password. It'll go into the Apple beta software, and you will click down the latest beta download, and your phone will carry on being updated. But bear in mind, some applications may not work with the phone, because it's worth it, but I haven't seen anyone that says have things, but they said there has been this before, if you download this, some applications may not work in some beta updates, but it hasn't happened. A lot of people said it hasn't happened at all, but they said there's a possibility that it could destroy your phone in some cases with this software change. But it's worth it though, since if your device is going to be in the dumps, if it's not getting the latest updates, it's just going to get obsolete and then it'll be useless. So I would get the updates, do it when you still can now, because, and especially for the iPod 5 when it's still quite recently, even when this thing's been on sale. I think this is about 5 years old, or 6. So it was expecting the out date at this point, but I was hoping it to at least get to the 10 version, but iOS 9 is the deadline for this, and the 4S. But the 4S has had a good run for getting updates, and so of the iPhone 4, but the 4S has really got to the iOS 9, but it stopped at iOS 8. But if you were on the beta team before, it's still getting it, and it still will. But this is a limited time. I want to get this out because if you want to keep your old devices running the latest iOS, or at least iOS 9, you want to do the beta update now, before you won't be able to update anything at all with your device. So I recommend now, it's a limited time, get your devices ready. Go down to the link in the description on apple.beta.com and do your download immediately if you want to keep your devices getting updates before they come obsolete, when you won't be able to download any latest updates anymore. I'm going to do mine at some point until the word, because they only said iOS 10 is the next one coming out only a day ago. That might change, but it looks like the iPod 5 has came to the dying point. But I cannot complain. It has been going for 5 or 6 years. But if you've got iPod 6 though, you're lucky. You don't need to do the beta updates. But if you can, if you want to go the data program, that's the same for anything. An iPad Pro, iPad, all the Apple devices that is still on the compatible thing. You can get the latest updates if you want to be an Apple developer software person. You can do that too. So let's say you have a 6S or an iPad Air or Air 2 or even an iPad 2. You can still get updates and be a part of the beta service. So if you want to be a bit of experimenting as well, I'd recommend getting to apple.beta.com and get your download now. I mean now. But yeah, these are compatible thing on if you don't want to go to the beta team. But bear in mind, your iPod or your iPhone 4S will no longer currently be getting any updates anymore. So if you still want to see that going, I'd recommend getting to the apple.beta.com so to carry on the current device if you want to get the extra expandability from your iDevice, like your iPhone 4S or anything like that, because it will stop getting updates now. So even if it's a bit risky, if your thing's working, your phone will still be getting updates for eternity until you upgrade to something else. So I'll do it now, especially when most things, apps, like most of this now, this old iPod that I have with the iOS 6, you can't practically download anything, the latest games or anything through that, because the iOS doesn't support it, and this will near enough be the same for this. So I want to say, if you still use an average device like an iPhone 4S or something, you still want to get access to your latest games, because soon enough they will not support iOS 9 when iOS 10 gets out. So I'd recommend getting to the developers mode if you want to extend your life of your device, because it is limited, and I can tell you that right now. Luckily though, my iPhone SE and my iPad Air 2 are still being updated, but this will be dead, so I gotta get to the beta update very soon if I want to expand it. I'm going to leave it for a week or two though, because it is a while, until iOS 10 will be released. So you don't have to do this right now, but I want to do it. I would want to do it in the next week or two, or when people say the update is currently going to be ready to be launched. So if you want to expand it, I'd do it before the actual launch date comes out for when it's going to be done, because it is going to be limited for your iDevice if your device isn't compatible with iOS 10. and continue getting updates. So I'd recommend doing that now, and even if you have an iPhone 4 or older, you can still get developers update, and you can also expand the life and also get updates for your old obsolete phone. And especially if you're an iPhone 4 person, that's definitely there. So I'll put a link down in the description. This video has probably already got long enough for me blabbering, but I wanted to get this out now. Even when I posted something out today about the school fire alarm went off, I want to get this message out to you now because I've literally just found out, and it is important when they said your device will not be current, then keep getting updates now, and especially for the iPod 5 and the 4S, so it's been a long term getting updates. But anyway, that's it for you guys. I'd recommend updating now, well not now, but definitely in a week or two, if your device isn't going to be compatible to your latest updates. But don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and I'll keep you guys updated with the iOS 10 disaster. Well, it's not a disaster, it's actually good we're getting updates, but of how they're dumping out something like this so it's still modern. And the 4S, that is a lot older, but dumping out this when it's not as old as the iPhone 4S, it hasn't got a lot of updates as that has. So yeah, I'd get updates when you still can. But as always guys, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!